Well, this is an interesting looking book that I was not supposed to open, but no worries, that's blank, so I didn't find out what it's about. But it's called To the Last Man by Zane Grey. It's pretty old and falling apart.
The back cover just came off. Nearly. It's still attached, so I'm counting that.
If I were to guess, I'd say this is probably 2 or 3 times my age. Because that's the only time books were really relevant.
That means this is probably old, or it was owned by an old cat lady. That is also possible.
From what I can tell, there's quite a few chapters. Because if you count the perforations in the spine of the book, you can tell how old it is. It's like a tree.
I'm ready.
You ready? Yeah, I say so.
So the story starts off, and it is 200 years from now in Australia.
I'd say it's about Canadians, because there's the nationalistic red of Canadians.
I'm first caught, I think that this guy is probably part of the Boy Scouts. He's probably a troop leader, it looks like, because he has a little ascot in his hat.
In Australia, there is one man. He is the last man. And this book is dedicated to him, written by the gods, of course, as, like, to the last man, like, in memory of.
So if I were to guess, it was a story about the only Canadian to ever commit a violent crime.
He looks like he's hunting. And you may think he's hunting for animals, but he's actually not.
It starts off, and he is trapped inside this earthquake, like, crater.
It's a story of how one Canadian man accidentally, took something from another Canadian. He felt so bad that he had to apologize to every person in Canada.
I think that he's hunting for One Direction, and the reason I think this is because it's by Zane Grey, and Zane was an ex-One Direction member.
Right in the middle of the book, he gets dragged back in by the second last person on Earth.
Because his father set up these goals that he could never aspire to, so to achieve what his father wanted, he has to kill all the men.
He's this, rugged, hardcore Boy Scout leader, and thinks that One Direction is just ruining the world and making boys soft, and
he is absolutely baffled that there's a second last man, and they grow a friendship, and it turns out they can have kids.
Throughout the story, he goes and he learns new ways to kill cowboys until he eventually reaches his father, who's the final boss.
So he is going to find them and hunt them down to the very last man.
The gods wanted them to restart the population, and so they did. And their names are Adam and Steve.
In so doing, his father ends up killing him. And it's a very sad story because he only wanted to be what his father wanted, but he just never could quite reach that, even though he fought to the last man.
I said Australia's gay. That's what I'm saying.